Hi, my name is Kim Lund. I am here to present the Pillager School District Continuous Improvement Plan. A little background on myself. I've been teaching for 13. Out of those 13 years, 9 of them have been specifically in this district. I teach high school physical education and adapted PE, and I also coach Special Olympic team. So throughout this, you'll see a little more focus on the high school for that reason. Mission statement. Currently, this is what we have currently for the mission statement. We will deliver our vision by using beliefs, ideas, and actions to create an environment that provides top quality educational opportunities for all learners through staff development and community involvement. It's a very well mission statement. I'd like to just tweak it a little bit and propose this statement. Create a safe, responsive learning environment that provides top quality educational opportunities for all learners by high quality educators who have been thoroughly prepared through staff development and community involvement with students. 4 areas we're going to look at is demographic, perception, student learning, and school processes. First one we're going to pull apart is the demographic data. We are a medium-sized school. We're located in the center of Minnesota. We have about 130,000 acres, and the communities that are within our geographic boundaries include East Gull Lake, Lake Shore, Motley, and Pillager, of course. Now, school districts that are continuous with our boundaries would include the Brainerd School District, Pequot Lakes, Staples Motley District, and Little Falls District. I wanted to do a little bit more with our enrollments, so if you look at the middle school, real quick, 2011 to 2012, you see a 0. That's because it didn't exist then. It wasn't until 2012, 2013 we became 3 schools versus 2. But more importantly, if you look over to the district, I want to look at the district total population enrollment. If you look from 2014, 2015 to 2015 to 2016, currently there's a big jump in the number of students that we have at our district. Pulling that apart even further, I looked at the district and looked at special population. 16% is special education and 43% is free and reduced meals. Pulling it into the high school specifically, 16% of the high school population receives some type of special education services, and 35% of the high school students receive free and reduced meals. Even further from there, I broke it down into primary disabilities, so you can see that specific learning disabilities and emotional behavior disorders are much higher than are high at the high school level also. Now, perception data. Just some snippets that I thought were important. How often do students come to class unprepared? Well, specifically the high school level, it is 8%. Which doesn't sound like much, but it's still too high. If you look at how often do students pay attention in your class, yeah, they're there, but are they focused? Even more disturbing to me is 20% of them say some of the time. That's really high. And then last year, it was 21%. So yes, we went down a whopping 1%, but it's still relatively high. So there wasn't a whole lot of data on this. But some of the implications I was able to come across because I needed more information was, why is 43% of the staff have no idea what our student achievement has on proficiency with the state and district assessment? Where's the flaw in that? How's the morale at the school and the community? How's the communication to staff about facilities, extracurricular activities, or community activities for that matter? We have PBIS. Is it working? There wasn't a whole lot of data on that. School rules. Is the staff consistent? Is new staff coming in trained on them? Are the rules the same for 9th grade versus 10th grade and 10th versus seniors? So some more data on that is needed. Student learning data. Right here, I'm sorry, district kind of got the D cut out, but the first column is district, the middle column is free and reduced, as you see at top. I've kind of labeled them in yellow. And then far right is special education students. And this is specifically looking at math. Yes, the numbers are super hard to read, so let's just look at the bar or the line graph. If you look at the District 1, from 2014 to 2016, you can see our math scores are dropping. We're actually below the statewide, which I don't know if I mentioned this. Purple is Pillager and green is statewide. If you look at free and reduced meals, they're doing pretty well. They are above the state requirements. If you go even further to the right and look at the special education students, they are below the statewide standard. Now we're going to jump to reading. So if you look at reading, again, first column is district. We are above statewide, and a fairly nice jump from 2015 to 2016. So why? What are we doing what did we implement that made that jump, that helped those students? And then middle one is free and reduced meals. We're kind of, we're above state standard, which is good. But if you look at special education students, that's where a red flag for me was. Look at from 2014 to 2015, a dramatic drop. And then no data for 2016. So now this is science. If you look at the district in general, you can see there's been a slight increase from 2015 to 2016. Free and reduced meals in the middle, significant increase from 2014 to 2016. Nice angle going up. And then special education students is finally, in 2015, they met the statewide standards, but no results for 2016. So some implications from this data is, how is math and reading being taught? How is it being measured over long periods of time? Students who receive special education, how are they being taught? Does the staff have enough training on what they're teaching? Or not necessarily what they're teaching, but best practices. What can we do to just help support them even further? And then one thing I didn't put in there as a graph, but the graduation rate is low. Where are the students, where are they leaving? Where are they going and why? Student processes data. There wasn't a whole lot, so I just started with the implications. The current data on gifted and talented isn't there because the program is new, it's being developed now, and hopes to be implemented next year. Some other ones are teachers educated on how to use technologies on the technology standards. What are they? How can they get them into their current material? They need time to do that. And then along with technology standards is, do we have the right technology available to us? Do we have enough of it? Is it up to date? Is our internet going to be sufficient? And then last but not least, we pulled apart the current staffing, and we only have 2.5 paraprofessionals. Is that adequate enough for the students who receive special education services at the high school level? And are they adequately trained? Do they know the school rules? Do they know how to modify activities? Do they know how to redirect unwanted behavior using PBIS? Do they know what PBIS is? So those are just things that need more looking into. From that, we're going to go into goals from data. We have 3 of them. So goal 1, Pillager School Special Education Team will evaluate the special education teachers' caseloads to ensure that there are enough special education teachers for the percentage of students who receive their services by November 2017. Well, how are we going to reach that goal? This is how we're going to reach them. The special education department will evaluate the needs for class loads and adjust to prevent overload of the educator. Some strategies would be, first, let's get these students grouped into their specific criteria. Let's do some research. What is their recommendations for caseloads? Let's search the surrounding schools. What are they doing? And there's a checkoff sheet that they'll follow, that they'll submit to the principal, and the special education team is in charge of all of that. They also, for resources though, they need time to meet and access to students' IEPs. Hopefully it should be done by October 2017. Second objective would be researching best practices. Are they using it to help decrease the achievement gap? Again, a time to research, potentially go into the other schools to see what they're doing and see if they can bring that back to our school to just help support them, that population even further. A monthly written update given to the principal as a whole group reflection. We'll see how that's measured. Should be done by October 2017. Goal 2. Pillager Technology Team will evaluate the needs of the staff on support needs of utilizing technology in the classroom by April 28th. Well, they need to, how are they going to use it in it? You can't just use technology and expect it to be beautiful. Well, you need to have some knowledge behind it. So 1 PLC a month just to focus on that. Measure pre and post surveys. Technology team is in charge of that along with some student input. It should be done by 2019. Goal 3, the K through 12 PLC team will spend half its PLC creating a curriculum that's standards-based and utilizes I can statements by the end of the school year 2017-2018. Objectives, they'll pull apart their current material that they're using in creating I can by using a flow chart, and this will be done by January 2019. All departments will identify and fill the gaps in reaching standards in the current curriculum. So they'll have a large poster, each standard on it, and they're going to plug in where those standards are being met through their current curriculum, which will help them find their gaps. And by finding their gaps, they're going to reach their objective number 3 on here, which is student test scores should increase by 10% in year 1. And that will be measured by MCA data, projects that the teachers can implement, and then MCA is another way that can be measured also. They need time to complete all this. They also need equipment material to be successful, so maybe we need to up some of the science material. FIAD might need more equipment. Music might need some newer instruments, and should be to meet those standards. I know I went through this really quickly. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you.